Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and this is the Citadel. It's a nearly 7-year-old Minecraft server and we're hanging out in Dartmouth Meadows right now. This is where I logged off. This is the starter town where everybody kind of logged in and built and made farms and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to head back to Westhill, but I thought I'd log in here and walk back just because we don't often get down here. And I think I'll take the long way just for fun, just because the fancy cam is on. Cosmic, Blast, Jordan, SweetSandi, good to see everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, we need carrots. That's the other thing. I should check this storage first. Do I have room for carrots? Not really. Well, I can get rid of some stuff. I think I've got a chest in here. Yeah. Okay. Glass. Stuff like that. I can put some stone in here. Anything else I can fit in there? Cobblestone. I can ditch the gravel. I can ditch pressure plates. What else would make sense to leave behind here? I guess stone. I've got lots of stone. What does that give me? That gives me 6 stacks of carrots. Should be enough. Oh, looks like we gotta go to the other place. Yeah, the way that I set this up was that there's a chest at each carrot farm that has to fill up before it overflows. I think I might have been guilty of taking carrots out of here last time, so it hasn't had a chance probably to fill back up again. Yeah, so it's only at half. And they're both the same. Okay, so I'll take 3 stacks from this one. And I'll take 3 stacks from this one. Almost like you knew, yeah. I've increased the render distance on the server, but if people don't have the render distance increased on their clients, then these farms wouldn't be loaded in depending on who was around. And people don't spend a lot of time here anymore because we've all moved on to our own locations. I wish that the path block looked this good in non-shader Minecraft. I don't really like the way that the path block looks that much in just regular Minecraft rendering, so I don't use it very often. I like it a lot in shaders. I think it looks good. So there's another portal in here. We can just sneak in here. Might as well repair my shovel before we go all the way back. So we'll head down. Oh, looks like we've had a ghast problem. Do I have any glass around? Is that purple glass, I think? I should also be able to put this in here. Yeah, let's put that down. I will turn those into golden carrots later. Purple glass. Hopefully that's enough. Of course it's not. Crap. I didn't see any purple dye in there. I've got dye in my ender chest. I might even have purple glass in my ender chest, actually. Yeah. Let's go. Glass. Yep, just enough. 1 spare. This is why I like endgame Minecraft, where you just have all the things around. So when you see stuff like this, you can fix it. Some of these doors are a little bit big, and ghasts can shoot at players and they end up wrecking the inside. Most of the time we do these little doors, but it's not as cool looking. So we'll go down to the piglin farm here. Zombified piglin farm. And we will grab a little bit of XP. Shouldn't take long at all, just because my shovel's already half repaired. That should take care of my elytra, I'd imagine. Yep, just a shovel. Sweet. Did not take long at all. Cosmic doesn't like flying in the nether. That might be why I enjoy it so much. Though I'd never admit that. Normally I'd turn this down, but it's ducked for you guys. It shouldn't be too bad. That's the pickaxe fixed. And the axe. Now it's just a matter of getting the shovel. I really wish that this didn't have that constant moving noise of the minecarts. You know, it would be worth adding a resource pack that changes the piglins' dying noises and just either reduces their volume or changes it to something a little bit easier on the ears, I guess. I'm surprised this farm still works as good as it does. I guess a lot of it is because we did slab the nether. So there's a lot of spaces where those guys can't spawn. We still have fuel back here? That surprises me. 64. 33. You still can't split items very easily in the game. I wish you could. So I can use these actually right now. Well, you know what? That'll be harder to do with such a small amount of space in my inventory. I'll wait until I get back to do that. And weirdly here, despite the fact that you'd think it would be harder to update with all the lighting, I get really good frame rates with my shaders on in the nether. What, would you change it to amethyst chimes? Not a bad idea, actually. Not a bad idea. I think I have an ender chest up in here. Usually do. Don't see any ghasts around. We should be okay to walk. I'm looking forward to adding the fresh animations pack now that it's available for Fabric. I was looking at a couple of different ways to do it over the weekend. Schultz, hello, welcome in. Yeah, I don't know what I would change the death and aggro sounds of the zombified Penguin 2 Cosmic. It might be just something as simple as turning the volume down, and so that you don't have to turn all of your sounds down to make it work. You can just go to that farm, not worry about it. The trick there, of course, is that if you're elsewhere in the Nether and they get angry at you, you maybe won't realize it. So that part's tough. It'd be really funny if I changed it to something like bizarre, you know, like maybe I could just record myself saying, "I'm going to die now," or something. Could be very funny. It would be really cool. I mean, it might be a little bit much because there's a lot of them dying at once, but I really like the idea of maybe taking some of the little grunt death voice clips from Halo, the little squealy guys. That would be kind of funny. They die. They're like, "Oh no!" and they just kind of gurgle and stuff. That would be. I might actually do that. I'm sure that exists online somewhere. You can probably find those clips. Halo's been around for long enough. I do love approaching Westhill first thing in the morning. The angle of the sun is really, really nice. Ow, that hurts kind of thing? Yeah, totally. Yep. Not as gross as Borderlands, where they're like, "Oh, my spleen," and they gurgle obscenities, but like I've been watching Halo Season 2. I watched an hour and a half long video this morning that recapped all of the Halo video game series, because I've not played them up until Infinity. I'm currently playing, with a giant break in the middle, Halo Infinity. And Halo 1, 2, and 3 were pretty straightforward to follow, but man, even the summary video of Halo 4 and 5 was hard. It got really complicated really quickly. And I can understand why people were not happy with Halo 4 and 5. I feel like they just kept on moving the goalpost, it sounds like. So I can understand why people didn't really enjoy it as much. The thing that I found problematic was trying to find a Halo summary video that didn't have spoilers in it for Halo Infinite, but also just something that was well presented. The best I could do was, I don't know who wrote it, whether English was their second language or whether they just didn't bother to proofread, but the scripts were read by some sort of pre-recorded AI, like speech to text thing, because it was very robotic. And if it wasn't speech to text, it was somebody hired to do like a voiceover, and they didn't bother to proofread it and change it to a language that made sense. So there was repetitive sentences. Like, it felt like it was written by 12-year-olds. I got the information I wanted, but it was kind of cringy to listen to at times. All right. We need to put some of this stuff away. Let's just dump a few things away here. I can refill my inventory with more of this later. Andesite. Do I have anything else in here? I guess I don't. I should probably go dump some of this first. Or I could just put it in. I guess put it in here for now. What I want to do is make some golden carrots. And these are not cheap. It's weird that it doesn't let you do partial auto crafting or auto ingredient entering. Now we're good. Cool. Hunter555, good to see you. World looks lovely. Thank you, Schultz. The road infrastructure says a lot. Thank you. Yeah, I do need a few fixes in that northern section that we walked down. So this part is good, but then from about here down needs some work, and then this needs a bit more work. It looks good on the sides, just the road itself is kind of dull, and this has no texture, so we've got to work on that. But lately, what we've been working on is the rivers, so that's what we're going to pick up rather from yesterday, where we left off. All right, so I need some andesite again. I think we'll keep the bushes on us. I don't need the spruce leaves though. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. We've got some tree changes coming up. I need those. Need those. I'll get some more bone meal. Don't need the snow layers though. Get more muddy mangrove roots. Oh, we're almost out of those. I guess we can just do this. And probably won't need that much dirt. We might be able to use the moss as we travel into different biomes, so that could be handy. So we're good there. Dump a little bit more grass back in here. And then stone. And that should be good. Get some grass. And we'll see how fast the inventory fills up. So yesterday we were working on the points of interest along through here and also out here. And so we finished this almost to the point where it's 100% done. I did want to revisit this section because I liked this so much more with the roots, the mangrove roots in there. So we're going to use that as a kind of a blueprint. And we're just going to make a couple of changes over here, which should be pretty easy to take these elytra off. So yeah, so things like this, I think we can come in here and just start to take this stuff out. I might have to go back and get my bucket. Yeah. Man, it's so much easier to get out of water when you're not wearing wings. It operates as you would expect it to. A lot smoother. Yeah, I want to do some texturing along the road similar to what you're seeing here. A lot of stuff inside the town is very much finished, which is nice. Coarse dirt. I think I'm going to replace this with coarse dirt as well. I will put the grass back though. Actually, you know, maybe we'll do a slab there. Yeah. And then I think I will also add a block here. And maybe what we'll do is we'll put some moss here. So it's green behind it. And I need to sleep. Surprise, surprise. And put more moss in there. Makes it feel a little bit more green. And then I think I'm going to replace this part down here with another bush. I think that's good. Annie Nightweaver, thanks very much for the follow and the compliment. Appreciate it. Yeah, we put a lot of detail in here. It's kind of my MO. I like getting detailed things. So I'm happy with everything here. I don't think I really want to mess with that too much. This feels a little flat. I think maybe it is all coarse dirt. There's not much you can do there. Maybe what I can do is remove this and add in some seagrass. It didn't bring, but that'll do. That'll help a little bit. Again, I really wish we could add seagrass on top of leaf blocks, but we cannot. So, did I have kelp? I did not. Sorry, I think we're okay. So the next thing I wanted to do, after just tweaking that, which I think we're done, I could maybe add in a root block back here. And we'll do the same thing. That's green on top there. I guess I'll leave that. Yeah, so then I'm going to pop up to the top and take a look down and see if there's any spots that need filling in for grass. And I think we can move down around the corner. Detail oriented? Yeah, to say the least. See, perfectionist to a fault. Right, so we're good as far as grass goes. I think the only thing now is that we need to take this grass around the corner. I'm going to get rid of that grass block. And we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then it goes around the corner. I think I like the shape of that. I don't think it needs to change. So I'm happy with the slope. It's just going to be a matter of adding in a few things. I don't think moss is going to look good over there, so we're going to be stuck with just using grass to do it. But it should be pretty straightforward. And between the grass and the ferns, we should be able to cover most of this. I'm going to try to do ferns about 30% of the time. And we're going to need a lot more grass. I guess I could just bone meal this and then cut out the flowers. It might be the easiest way to do it. Sometimes the details are just the simplest things, so it's hard to like talk over, and there's no real strategy. It's just kind of what looks good. All right, let's see if I've got any glaring issues there. Looks pretty straightforward. Couple spots I missed there. And we could maybe, I think we did okay in terms of the distribution of the leaves. I was thinking about doing a lot of these as 2-height plants, but I think it might be worth leaving a few of them just on their own. I think it's okay. Maybe we'll fire a couple of these taller here and there, just a little bit of variety. Don't see anything else missing. I'm okay with it not being on every block closer to the water. It makes it look shorter. Nice little random pattern. No complaints there. So that's around the bend, which is not seen. So that concludes, I think, what we need to do on that side. I knew this was going to go fairly quickly. Cool. Using grass really does help cover things up. Yeah, totally. I agree. I'm going to put a piece of grass there. And I think some of this I'll make double high. To get a little bit of variety. I should really just bring ender pearls. I think that's good. I think the only thing I'm going to do now is just do a little bit of that sculpting that I said I was going to do last time, where if we start to do a little bit of this, can kind of help it transition from kind of man-made cliff stuff to the more natural terrain that happens around the corner. It's probably good there. And then maybe we'll add in a little bit down here. And again, I don't think the moss block really matches. Nope. Appreciate your everything the light touches approach to just landscaping and fixing what you can from Westhill. Yeah, what you can see, it saves you from going down that rabbit hole of fixing everything in Minecraft, which in a way is kind of a good thing that Minecraft does, that it doesn't make the perfect landscape. Like when you see those rendering engines that make like Terralith and all that cool landscaping, it's awesome, but at the same time, like you don't get to change anything because you don't really feel like you have to. I appreciate the, I guess, the look of it, because it does make Minecraft feel more modern. Right. So from vantage point, right, this is like I'm not sure what you want to call it, point of interest. So we obviously have to fix that. And this is all done. I like what I did there. I think that looks good. I might add a couple of slabs in here just so it feels a little bit more segmented or clear, I guess, in terms of its shape. That's why I brought all these, though. Anytime you can break that Minecraft grid of one block pieces, I think you're off to a decent start of clearly communicating some shapes. Actually, I'll put that there. That's already done. I think we're good. There's that one spot up top there. All right, double check that. Make sure I've not done anything weird. Hard when you can't see from far away. Oh, I've left a... That's what I didn't want to do. So, yeah, I've got a bit of a mess here. I need to cut that down and fix that. That was all good. It's this one that was messed up. Yes. That's probably clearer. It's hard because it's turning a corner. That's better. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can see like these little details that just kind of help like subtly transition it around the corner. And then it gets into like default Minecraft stuff. Okay. Terralicious provides a nicer default landscape. Proper detailing around builds is necessary. Oh yeah, no, I agree. I know what you mean. What I mean by Terralith is just like I'd be less tempted to mess with something like this because in Terralith this would probably look quite good, right? I wouldn't have to be like that drives me crazy, right? This stuff you'd have to do all this stuff in Terralith. Like I get that. I don't think we can see anything from in here. It's mostly what's up on the wall. A little bit. Okay. I'll go upstairs. So vantage point here. I'd say that tree is probably the best spot. Although I know there's a spot up there we can see farther. But immediately I think that one tree is kind of where we need to work to. Can't see much from up here. These windows are bigger, but they're also higher and you can't really see out of them. Yep. I've already touched that tree, obviously. Put a little root there to say, probably make it custom. Go up here. Yeah, I might have to go as far. That's going to be really simple. That's probably going to be our transition period. So this is probably going to be the end of whatever we do custom. And then everything here is just going to be default Minecraft with a little trim. Just bone meal and stuff like that. Okay. Unfortunately, a lot of this means we're going to be in the river, which is going to be a real pain. And I think for this cliff, we're going to switch it to stone. Probably the easiest thing to do. And I guess we'll come in here too. And I'll probably delete this part. Having stuff in straight walls of stone is a lot easier to accept, I find. Similar to painting, yeah, no, I agree. 100%. That's how I approach it too. MindTripMedia with 100 bits. Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. Yes, I obviously did not do the right kind of blocks here. I don't think I brought any stairs. I probably should have. Cool. Getting there. Inventory is starting to feel the pinch. Maybe we can dump off some stuff. Nadurg 4? I hope I'm saying that right. Thanks very much for the follow. Schultz as well. CJ, good to see you. How are the builds coming along? I guess I don't really need some of this foliage right now. I can probably put some of this away until I need it. Gives me a little more room. That's looking pretty good. I'd like to add some, a little bit more, I guess, variety to it. That looks pretty good. And then here, I guess we could do a little overflow. pretty good. Now over here, I think we can give this a proper bottom. Same thing here. This honestly could go into the water here. That feels a little bit strange. Maybe we'll remove this grass block behind it. Just so you can see the tree. Sure. I feel like maybe we should put some of these sideways. They don't all look the same. No, I guess this would all get cut back. Feels like a very straight line. Let's try to widen it a bit. It feels like a weird delay with the bone meal right now. It's strange. And I'm getting very little out of it. I'm actually getting a bit of a server lag, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna relog just to make sure nothing happens. Why is that taking so long? Hello? What is going on? Okay. That's better. Except for I can't go back to survival mode. What the crap? Hello? We don't usually have problems with the server, but every once in a while it acts really strange. Cosmo, can you log off? just so we can eliminate that as a possible issue. I mean, in the meantime, while I'm up here, you have logged off? And now I'm back here. That is wild. I wish I could reset the server from here remotely, but I can't. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm going to take my break a couple minutes early. I normally break on the hour, and I'm about 2 minutes away from that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to restart the server. And while I'm gone, that should boot back up, and then hopefully we won't have any problems when I come back. But hang tight. I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. So that appears to have worked. Everything feels about normal. So I'm going to run along here and add the bone meal. Seems to be a lot faster too. And then we can just run through here and get rid of the flowers. Rid of some of the tall grass. And that should be a decent pass. We've got a little bit more here maybe. I think that's probably pretty good. We'll have to go back and see what might need to change. Nope, I don't have my wings on. Sinopi20, thanks very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'm not a huge fan of the dirt hanging over the cliff like that, but better than it was before, that's for sure. I do think I'm going to remove that stone. Oh, much better. So we're not seeing much of this from up here. More here. I think I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. And this feels a little straight. I maybe will push that back a bit if I can. And then here we might be able to get away with stuff like mangrove roots. Helps a little bit. Not that you can see this from super far away, but just little touches here and there. Get rid of this, like I said. This I thought was a little bit much, and maybe we'll add grass there. I don't think I want to do any coarse dirt on the edges there. I guess we could try and see what that might look like. Maybe if it wasn't there, but if it was lower. That may or may not work. But then that pushes back and causes all kinds of other problems. Okay, we'll scratch that. This felt like it might be a little bit dense, so maybe we'll just snip a couple of these. And then I wanted to cut this down over here. Missed this one. And which one was too straight? It was that one. So maybe we'll do that. We can add in some coarse dirt slabs. And oh, gotta fix that. That should look okay. That might look like a little bit too much close together. No, it's okay. I think we'll take this down a bit though. And maybe we'll remove this part. That's a little bit better. True Purple, hello, hello. Good to see you. All right. I think I have to put a little bit of grass back there, and then we're going to move on to that tree. I I think that's good enough for me there. I think that works. It just feels like it's been nudged enough in the right direction. All right. Now we need this part here needs to be tweaked a bit. And, oh, how did I do that before? I think it was soul sand. I've got these custom bits underneath these pine trees here. Soul soil and soul sand and coarse dirt. Oh, is it in the landscape box? Which is not out here. Okay. I should just go get that. Let's put some of this dirt away. Don't need those. I'll go get the landscape box. I'm using my own texture pack. So it's mostly vanilla, just a few tweaks here and there. Things like wheat, ender chests. A lot of the ender items are purple instead of green, just because ender pearls are purple. So it looks more like an ender pearl was used. Landscape box. That's what I want. Oh, the full inventory happens, don't worry. That's how I started the stream. So we might be able to add a little bit of flavor in here. And then this will make this transition a lot easier too. Whoops. And we can, of course, still put a little bit of grass here and there. And let's put in a slab there. Oh, I forgot about the bubbles. Whoops. Maybe we won't do that. Cool. And maybe we'll add a few extra leaves. That feels like it's got a little bit of a touch to it. And then along here, I'm just going to pop in with some bone meal. I'll remove the flowers, get rid of the too high grass, and we'll probably call it a day. Well, not a day, but this section will be done the way that I want. And we'll probably trim this a little bit over here. Man, you do get a lot of flowers. I've been watching Cub Fan on Hermitcraft, and he's been doing some really cool dye farms that I'd like to commandeer, because in the sci-fi area that I'm planning, I'm going to be using a lot of concrete, and I'm hoping to use a lot of color. So it'd be nice to have a bunch of different farms in the sci-fi zone that are just making our own dye, so we don't have to worry about traveling to different places to get some. It's mostly about what this looks like from here. I'd say that feels pretty good. That goes down there. This is all good here. Maybe we'll take this back. And then at this point, we're around the corner, and that's where I'm done with my custom stuff. It's kind of cool. All right, let's fly up and see what that looks like from all the different vantage points that we have. So number one, the path. Can't really see what we were doing, but that's fine. I think that looks good. This is the big one. This is where we can see the farthest from. And I feel like that just enough to make it feel like it's been touched. Say we need to do a little bit of work there, and I'm going to add a little bit of bone meal there. Fly over here. Yep, just a little bit of bone meal there. And then just to kind of make that feel like it matches. And I'm quite happy with all of that. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll throw down a couple of ferns. And a bed. Pretty obvious where it all stops, because it just goes right back to default Minecraft stuff. Giant clumps of diorite in the wall, which I can't let myself go down that path because I'll be here forever. So it was just this hill here that needs a little bit of love, and I don't want to go crazy on resculpting it. I think I just want to hit it with some bone meal. Just so that it's not completely bland. So we'll just start at the top and work our way down. Weird how there's no flowers up here. Oh, spoke too soon. Let's see. I think we've only got about half of it, but I ran out of bone meal. Yep, that's helping. I think we're done with this stuff. Keep on seeing my bed in my inventory and thinking it's my carrots. It honestly feels like the flowers might be related to a Y level in this biome. I think I've mentioned before, but I wish the grass had a smaller hitbox. Sometimes I feel like the flowers have like a double hit noise too. It's weird. That should be enough, I think. Man, Flower City. Don't think we missed anything. We'll find out soon enough, I guess. All right, back to the checks. Can't see it from here. Looks good. So no longer have to be here. That checkpoint is all good. Much better. Not sculpted, but at least it looks like it matches what we've done in the other areas. And I don't know that there's any other spot that you can see anything from. Maybe over there. Looks good to me. I like checking stuff off. Oh, just a little bit. You can see it there. Good stuff. Feels pretty seamless to me. Last but not least. Yep. And unless I'm mistaken, I've already done the bottom. We could maybe use just a little bit more along there. Looks like it's mostly been hit though. I would say we're good because that tree, yeah, that's the tree that marks the end. Excellent. I like checking stuff off. And that's, I think, some of the last bits of the river. Certainly that, I think that completes all of the rivers that touch the town. So that's all that done. All the way to there. Yeah, so the Spruce River still needs work up here, but there's not, the farms aren't even done. This is all done through here. Oh no, we've got this section too. Right. Okay. Well, still progress. Still progress. Get all that done. And get the book. In the rain. Thanks, Cosmic. Gappy, we just took the landscaping that we were working on yesterday. Remember, we were doing this part here, and we wrapped that around and kind of faded it from custom into default Minecraft. So the default Minecraft generation is what happens around the corner. So we didn't touch that. We just added bone meal to it. But this we kind of sculpted and did the other day. And then I worked on the other side, the south side. So if you missed it, I turned that dirt wall into a cliff. I tweaked some of the trees. We bone mealed and cleaned up the area. There's a little bit of a custom bit happening down there. And then after that, that's all default Minecraft that I've shaped with the river, but then I've just bone mealed. And the thing that I do with stuff like this is that you run bone meal along, you remove all the flowers, and then every once in a while you cut down a couple of too tall grass, and it just looks pretty natural. And now from all the different vantage points, we're basically done. So that means I don't want to do this out here in the dark, seeing as we had a creeper explosion last time. I still haven't fixed that path properly. Let's just go inside. I guess we'll go inside. Well, let's go inside one of the fancier houses. This is a fun place inside. Complete with broken data packs. So, Spruce River. Points of interest are still not done. North riverbanks are not done. So yeah, South riverbanks are done. I can't actually check stuff off because I think I preemptively checked it off yesterday. Westhill River, Northeast riverbanks. So the Spruce River, North riverbanks, those are the ones by the farms, and the points of interest by the farms. So we'll go with, we'll say these are the north points of interest. Some of this stuff I could just remove to give myself some extra room for writing. Town riverbanks are done. South riverbanks are done. Okay. The Vampire Maid, hello. I'm doing well. Yep. Just chill weekend. Same old, same old. Feel like I'm making progress. Oops. My biggest hangup right now on the Citadel is actually the getting everything moved forward to 1.20.4. We'll see. I've been back and forth with someone who I think is now running the tables and chairs data pack. I don't think it's Axel anymore. I don't know. The data pack space, I feel like an odd thing. I won't get into the details, but the way that people communicate around certain data packs is very peculiar to me. Remind me, Cosmic, and I'll talk to you about it later. Yeah, cool. So we still have a good chunk of time. I think the thing to do is take a look and decide what we're going to work on next. So that has to wait for the data pack. That has to wait for the data pack. Signs and wagon stops. Road textures. Wheat farm interior, that has to wait for the data pack. Can't do that. Maybe we can start to plan out a little bit more of that that Westhill River Inn. Yeah, that might be fun. All right, let's clean this up. Because nothing we are doing is down this way. I think we've pretty much finished all the southern bits. Yeah, like I think, yeah, the whole southern, with the exception of maybe the ruins in here and a little bit of like technical cleanup, everything south of the front gate is done. That's wild. Cool. Do you see the phasing chair? This is a data pack that has been rewritten and changed everything that I already placed, which really cheesed me off. And I didn't do the rewriting. It had to happen because of the way that Mojang changed things. But yeah, it's been a real pain. Carved deep slate. I'm going to put some of this stuff away. Stone. Got cobblestone in here somewheres. Cobblestone. Tough. Gravel. Cobble deep slate. Stone bricks. Let's switch those around. Oh, I guess I should probably use my pickaxe for that. That would be bad. That's moss. Oh, that's the dirt landscaping one. That's the wrong place. There's the spruce. I think snow is just a new shulker box. Kitchen sink. That's potions. And this just needs to get emptied out. Don't think I need more dandelions. And that. So nice to have a space for everything. Good stuff. Wanted to ask you yesterday, but it was at the end of the stream. As you know, your job hobby is a lot of work behind the computer. So do you use any items, mouse, keyboards for better health? I just use the stuff I find most comfortable or the most fun. The gear that I'm using on the streaming PC is listed below the channel in the About section. I've got a Corsair low profile keyboard, and I use a Logitech Death Adder mouse. Wired. Simple. I don't need a lot of fancy gear. And the monitor is an Acer. I don't remember the model number. I think it's also listed there. My secondary monitor, I really want to pick up a new monitor. I want to get a new monitor so I can have a bigger secondary. I'd make my current monitor my secondary, and I would use the new one as my main. But I haven't found one that's a decent price yet. On my Mac, I use another Death Adder mouse, and I use the iMac keyboard, the low-profile chiclet keyboard, wireless, and a trackpad sometimes, but not really. And unfortunately, I can't find very comfortable chairs, so I sit on a dining room chair. It is not the ideal ergonomic situation, but I find it more comfortable than any of the padded chairs that just round your back. It's so hard to find ergonomic chairs. Yeah, the trackpad's not for like gaming. It's just for using different gestures. And then I do have I think it's a Gemek, Gemek. It's a pad. It's like a wrist pad that goes underneath my wrist when I'm streaming. And then big mouse gaming pads. Like I've got a really oversized mouse pad for my streaming PC, and I've got a pad that goes underneath everything on the Mac. It's like a really long desk mat, and it's underneath my wrists, the keyboard, the mouse, everything. It's just one big long horizontal thing. So this is what's going to be the Westhill Inn, and I like the location of it, I think. What I need to decide is how it's going to be situated, like how tall it's going to be, because depending on how tall we make it, it might block certain things. So I want to rough out the interior, and the reason why I want to work on it is because once it is finished, it will dictate what happens to this riverbank, and this is one of the last remaining riverbanks that we need to finish up. So that's why I wanted to tackle this. So we will go get some cobblestone and bricks. I have no idea what colors I want to use on this. I'm just going to do the basics right now. Maybe we'll make a deep slate roof. I'll mess around with this for a little bit. Oh. Is this medieval town in a fantasy setting? Is there some sort of story? Not really a story. I don't do a lot of RP. It's never been my thing. What I do like is a sense of history and a sense of purpose. So that's generally what I go for. I want something to look like it's been here a while, and I want something to look like it has a function. So like a wagon full of goods outside of a warehouse. Makes sense, right? That's the kind of stuff I go for. I don't have any designs in mind for the inn. That's actually a good call. Maybe I should look some stuff up on Pinterest or something. Basically, right now, I just want to go for scale. So it's less about... I don't need that in there. It's less about the composition of the blocks. It's less about the palette, more about how I want this to look. So let's just pop the stuff down here, I guess. Oh, come on. So I'll get a couple stacks of those, couple stacks of those. And let's just try stone bricks for the, or deep slate bricks maybe for the roof. We'll see. Although, you know, cobbled deep slate might be good too. So I guess I should have brought some wood or something. That would have been nice. Do I have anything that I could use inside? I could use the slabs, I guess. So I want to try and work this out from the inside out as well. I feel like this is enough room for a decent staircase. Here, I think the idea was that I was going to knock this out and keep it low. I don't remember. I'm having a little bit of deja vu. I feel like I might have done this before. So basically I want this to have some sort of like reception area, a sleeping section, and then this is going to be the stairs to go up top. And so I don't know. I wanted to have this little round tower, but I feel like this might be too small. I may have to put a bit of an extension on it. So let's get rid of this stuff for now. This is probably something I'm just going to mess with today, and then I'll let it percolate and see what's up. If we wanted to go to a second floor, generally I need to go up 4 blocks, 3, 4. And I guess that staircase would wrap around. Didn't really bring enough of those either. So generally I try to work out some of the basics inside something before I start building the outside. Yeah, that feels really close. And this feels like it's going to take forever to get up to the right level. I saw a recent post on YouTube about making specific spiral staircases in Minecraft. I might have to go watch that. A nice refresher. So this would be the floor height? Yeah. That doesn't work. Sometimes it's better to go smaller than it is to go bigger. This just feels like a big waste of space. So it might be better to do some sort of linear stair, where maybe this is some sort of kitchen, and then this just goes up like this. That would be a slice of that tower. Spiral staircase comes down like that. Easy to access when you first walk in, but we lose a little bit of the footprint here. Have to find something to do with this, but this could also be turned into some sort of closet, or we could change the position of this. Maybe we could have this go that way, and then bring this over here. And then change this to go sideways. And pop us up here in the middle. So, looks cooler. Doesn't quite function the same, but gets us to the second level. And then if I was to do another level, how high would that be? Spiral staircases in real life have some steep steps. Yeah, I agree. So that's going to be a stout little building. I think what I want to do now is build up the corners of the other structure parts and just kind of see what's up. I might also throw in some things that just look like placeholders. So we've got a door. And I want there to be a window or two. I feel like we don't need this part here. Actually, maybe this could be the door. Makes it a little bit easier. Hard right turn. Up against the wall. We just remove that part. And I don't know if this is big enough for what I want. So maybe there'd be some sort of front space here. This could potentially be the kitchen, although I was thinking about there being a chimney here. So that wouldn't make sense then. I might have to reverse the whole thing. This is fun. I haven't built a new structure in a while. I do like this idea. I just don't know why there would be a chimney here if I did that. And I think the whole reason the chimney is there because I wanted it to look cool from this side. Although it might be better to have a nice looking gable on this side and then have the chimney just be in the exact same spot, just on the other end. Which would give you something cool to look at on this side. And then this could have, I guess, a window. Maybe a double window. I'm not sure about this lower floor. The whole thing might be a little bit too low. I like this mound because I think I could put like a flower garden up here, but I feel like I may want to go up in here. Although if we do that, we'd lose some space. There'd have to be like a staircase here. Although that's kind of a cool idea to come up into the floor like that. I have to make sure this has enough headroom, but that's kind of a fun thing. And then this could be more wood. I've never done anything like that. That's new. Kind of like that actually. And that feels better too. Japanese entryways? I never thought about that. I mean, it would change that. That's fine. This is why I do this all rough, because you do something like this and you have to change it. It's a lot less painful. Okay, well, let's go off of this height as the floor. So that means that this would be 4 here. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 4. And so this is going to change. Some of this is just a challenge of sticking to the footprint that I originally put out there. I know I've got dirt somewhere that I can just use to fill things in. let's just scoot over here. Always extra stuff somewhere. I will fix this all later. So I had this go up, but I also had removed what was the front part here. That's supposed to be the 3 section there. So this has to go up. Which means we could start the stairs here. But then they have to come up to here. The decent space down here feels pretty good. We could keep maybe a window there, window there. And then along here, we'd have just the one window, I guess. Maybe it's too high. I feel like that gives a decent size. I might want to change the position of the chimney. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is not what I want. I want probably an odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 6. Let's go. That's a pain. I wonder why I did that. You know, I guess if it's going to be a 2-wide chimney, that doesn't really matter. We could just move the chimney over here. I probably wanted to have more of a, I can't remember the name of the type of roof, but not a gable, more like a barn gable or something. I can't remember the technical term. Mansard, maybe? No, don't remember. Fireplace. Front window. I like that they don't line up. That's cool. I feel like that has a fun, tall look to it, so that if you had bushes and stuff out here, right? I mean, that'll turn to grass, but you get the idea. Maybe we'll use cobbled deep slate. You know, a couple of bushes. That. I like this. This is fun. And this, that doesn't have to be out that far. We could potentially pull this in. You again. coral could be fun. Coral and blue concrete, I guess. I'm not sure whether this is getting too chunky or what. Did you make this sort of your base over here and move out from underneath the keep so you could finish off the build? I don't know where I'm going to move. That's a good idea. It's not a bad spot to keep everything. Although I'd have to do something temporary. It's hard to say. The graveyard is probably where I was planning on moving. The crypt. No, I don't need a list. I'm probably not going to bother Cosmic. I need to wrap things up. I like that shape. I like that it has this kind of push to it. I don't want it to get too tall though, because it's going to be in the way of that tree. I might actually have to move this whole thing to the east a little bit, because I was thinking that it's a little bit too far away from the river. I was hoping to have like a view of the river, but like when you're here, you don't really have a view of the river. So it'd be nicer if we were closer. And that would mean that when I rough out the roof, which I'll do quickly here, the roof is probably going to block that tree. And I don't know if I want that or not. So we'll test that out quickly. So if this is the middle, then 1, 2, 3. So that's that. 1, 2, 3. So then this would be that, or actually probably a full block. No, that's not right. Yeah, and then here, be the 2 there. This would be stone. This would be chimney. And then this would just come down this side here. There'd probably be another gable over the door. That would be the rough size of the house that side. And then this side would just be the same thing. Feel like that's going to be too big or too much in the way. Well, you can still see the tree around it, so that's good. I was worried it was going to block the tree. And that doesn't feel too large, I don't think. What I would probably do to keep it looking less like a barn is I would probably drop the front part here. So this would come down like here maybe. And then we'd switch this around. Probably a full block, I guess. Oh, even that feels a little bit strange. Probably something like that. So it looks like the roof. Well, maybe not. That looks a little bit funny. But we'd figure something out where we try to connect that. I feel like this has to come down another one. So from there, we would probably come down to there. That's probably more than likely what we would do. Probably like that. It's going to make the roof feel very big. But it means that on the top floor, we would have the freedom to have big windows. So this would all be roof, which means that you could have a nice big window in this space, I guess. I don't know if you'd want to go floor to ceiling, but certainly have room over top of this. Like that. Yeah, that might not look that good. Lots of headspace. I maybe put the second floor too high. I could have maybe done the floor a little lower. Man, the Wandering Trader is annoying when you don't want him. That starts to feel really big. I'll have to see. I don't want to get too carried away because, again, I think I might have to move it a little bit farther east. But as far as the space inside goes, we could have, like, I guess we could have a table there, a table there, like a chair there, fireplace stuff. I feel like that could be okay. Come on in. Yeah, we could do something there. There, maybe. So this is more space than I thought. This is plenty of room for me to decorate and do something cool with. And then in here, I feel like this would be kind of like a kitchen situation. So we'd probably have what could we do here? Probably, I guess the kitchen is going to be different because the chimney's over there. Again, maybe we have an extra little chimney out the back here. Probably stove stuff there. And then I'll get rid of some of this. We can have counter space. That could be kind of fun. And then we could weasel a little chimney into the side of that. Yeah, I like that. From some food storage maybe, although there's really not a lot of room for a pantry. Very, very small pantry. We'd have to figure that out somehow. I guess we can go down maybe. Oh, that's the other thing. I wanted there to be a potential connection to a tunnel. So that's actually not a bad idea. That's pretty tight though. Don't know that you'd be able to fit in there. And this feels like a bit of a waste of space. Yeah, I might tighten up the roof here just so it's not so big. And that would potentially help with how much of the tree is being hidden. Rabelais, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Let's just turn on the fancy cam so I can get a better idea of where things are. Well, even in its current state, as I feel like it's a little bit tall and a little bit too far to the west, you can still see the tree around it. So even after I filled that in, you'd still be able to see the tree. Although, I guess the tower would probably hide the tree. I feel like we need to do the tower. I mean, right now it's pretty hidden because it's gray. I feel like I want to use something like calcite or some other kind of color on it. What does this look like coming in from the west, I wonder? Well, that's kind of cool. I gotta remember I shouldn't move it north or south because I like how it's framed coming through here. That'll look really cool when there's a couple of buildings here. Oh, that's cool, Rabelais. Sounds like a fun afternoon. Move the tree instead of the building? No. The building is easier to move. I like that it doesn't have a huge profile here. Like, it doesn't feel like a giant building coming at it this way. And that I like. And I think if we put a roof on the tower, it'll feel pretty good. I also didn't check to see what it looks like coming from this direction. And that's mostly going to be tower. And over here, it's not bad. I feel like my concern about being inside and not being able to see the river is more about the view from inside, not so much where it is outside. Position-wise outside, I think it's okay. So, if we wanted to add another layer on this tower... That would be 4. So it would technically come up here. And it would be here. And I guess we would go with more deep slate, although potentially a different color. I'm just going to do the half of it for now. Out of stairs. Oh, is this? That doesn't make any sense. I did that wrong. That's supposed to be out here. This is where I do find scaffolding useful. And I ran out of stairs. Of course I did. So even a small tower gets quite tall. This is a decent diameter. I think it's 5. Yeah, that could be okay. Imagine the spot there. I think I'd have to make it out of 2 different colors. Like I think the roof of the main level would be a different color than the roof on the top level. Or they'd be the same color but maybe like darker. So like if this is cobble, then maybe this is tile. So this is like a black or dark gray versus a light gray or medium gray. Yeah, that's tall but not too tall. I like it. Yeah, you know, I like the proportions. I thought I was going to have to expand it, but I'm glad we did this little test because I think I've got the right scale. I think I maybe just have to approach it from the inside again. We'll double check to make sure I can fit like a staircase down here. And I may have to rethink the way that we get upstairs. I don't know what else we could do. I guess I could put a staircase out the back instead. Or I could ditch that window and have the stairs go up the back there, which means maybe the staircase, if the staircase starts there, then, and goes that way, then maybe we can go down right here instead of there. And that way, if the staircase down is over here, then that leaves all this space over here uninterrupted for kitchen stuff, which could be cool. And then up here, Yeah, that feels very tall. So I might change that a little bit. This is not going to have a lot of space. This is going to be very tight. And that way I feel like if I drop the ceiling here to just be 3 blocks or 2.5. Then we'd have more room upstairs. Instead of up here, our heads would be at this level. Makes the windows trickier, but maybe we just don't have windows there. All right, there are some things yet to figure out. So I'll try to do some more infrastructure stuff next time. And I don't think I want to push it to be an odd number. Like I think I like the challenge of making this 6 wide instead of 7 wide. I like this little pop out the front too. And I do like this step up. I'm glad that we did that. That's kind of fun. Yeah, we'll have to do something with this tower so it doesn't feel so chunky. Maybe we can work in some walls or something to make it feel less chunky. Yeah, cool. Right on, folks. Well, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for today. It's fun to kind of change gears at the end of the stream and just kind of block out an idea. I haven't done that in a while, and I think there's some newcomers to the stream that maybe haven't seen how I work through, you know, the idea for the scale of something. And I like to think about it from a function standpoint, inside out. And that way you're not stuck with like a 2x2 interior trying to figure out how to decorate it when you've certainly given yourself enough space. So you can do things like follow me on social media at Joel Duggan, very easy to find. You can follow the Spawn Chunks podcast and the Citadel Cafe podcast. They're both free wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. New episode of the Spawn Chunks is recording tomorrow. And I don't know when I'm recording a new episode of the Citadel Cafe. I have to schedule a guest for that. The other thing is, of course, Patreon. If you'd like to help support the stream and help me make more content, check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. That is a great way to support your favorite creators. If you have other creators that you follow, check to see if they have a Patreon. It's a really reliable way for creators like myself to plan how they want to make their content. And I think that's it. Next stream is going to be Thursday, as per the normal schedule. I don't know if there's going to be Lego on Friday. I think it's going to be more Minecraft as I push to finish up Westhill. And thanks again to Cosmic for moderating. Thanks for the bits from MindTripMedia, and to everyone that's followed today. Some new people in here. I'm hoping that you're enjoying the visit. And I will see you all next time. We're going to pass you along to who's live. I think Exumavoid is still live. Exumavoid is still live. We're going to pass you on to Exumavoid. I will see y'all later. Bye for now.